So it's interesting that that's the first question. Nandini, I was in fact asking this question to my wife and my son, who have, I would say, the privilege to make me learn a few things, because they've been good parts of this journey now that it's a 25-year journey today. My wife's been part of the journey since day one, and she gave a few points, and my son gave a few observations, who's just been in the business, about 3 years now. But I had my own version, so we came up with 17 points. I'm extremely blessed that I was born into a textile family, and I'll always not just do the right thing by sounding grateful, but I'll give the right answer, that I recognize that me being born in a textile industry in India was a very fortunate timing for me, and I should not forget that is one reason. What Decor's done so far could never have been done in any other country and at any other time. So I was probably say that is the first reason. I joined that business with a textile education, which I took up on my father's advice. And after working 5 years inside that business as somebody who was given a new technology to handle, I was able to move the company to home textile out of clear compulsion. My business in apparel collapsed due to a fashion change. And so Decor's birth is coming out of a complete force de majeure, in a certain sense, coming from the fashion scene. No great vision, no great planning. So again, both the places I didn't take any credit. Now I'll take a little bit of credit, and I'll say that once the collapse happened, we really said I was told to pack up. That I had 100 people working with me, and I was told you should shut it down. The fabric is not selling of this particular type anymore. It's not in fashion, and we have enough inventory. So I refused to accept that backup decision, and I decided to find new software on my machines and with my 100 people that I had so far. And that was one key moment. Me and my wife, we visited the export, I would say, fair, which is the in a certain sense mecca of home furnishings, the Heim Textile, together, because we said, okay, we came out of the collapse which happened in 1995, by switching to home textile. But now our lesson is that we should be not in one market. We should have more than one market. The collapse came from the Indian market. Right. So we decided to enter the export business by visiting the exhibition. And, we stayed in Europe for 3 months to say we would like to learn. We're very excited about what's going on over here. But we think we need to do a lot of work in India to build a manufacturing and design platform. So design, we built some partnerships in Italy, and manufacturing platform, we made several trips. So that was a key moment, but the export became very, very large, very rapidly. We set up very good qualitative manufacturing platform. We today also have 4,000 people. Everything is manufactured inside. Nothing's outsourced. And the entire platform is second to none in terms of the technology deployed and the verticality. So we are end-to-end got control on our system, on our IP. All the designs in the first decade only came from our partnerships with design houses, which, my wife worked with. I worked on the, ability to match the same product. She ensured that the aesthetic and the presentation of that product at the international shows was second to none. But then we ignored India. And the next key moment came when we said that it's time to now pay attention to India. And because the learning we've had with the best brands, working with the best brands abroad, because we serve the custom-made home furnishing sector abroad. The interior designers, the architects are actually buying from these brands. We changed the business model and then brought in the whole, initiative to bring a celebrity brand endorsement, do television advertising, find the money to invest in brand building in a sector where there wasn't really any other brand, and brought some saliency to the sector. That actually, that idea came from my visit to Harvard Business School for our owner-president management program. So another key moment was inflection moment, I would say, came from my visit to HBS. I did the owner president management program. Another key moment for Ddecor now has been the launch of Fabricare, which is the second brand that I think the same team at Ddecor is now doing, but with a very different promise. So it is beauty with brains. It is beauty that needs no protection. Fortunately for us, Ddecor hasn't really been challenged by another strong consumer brand in our sector. So we do feel that we can build two strong brands in the space. One which is basically providing a very large bouquet of different signatures, that is Ddecor, and the other is Fabricare, which is a step ahead of just saying it's very nice, it's very attractive. It's very nice, it's very attractive, it's going to stay that way, and I can live my life in my home carefree. So Nandini, the Ddecor business in India is about 1,000 crores at retail. If you look at the retail price, that's how brands are measuring business usually. Right. We capture a very good part of this 1,000 crores. The whole, I would say, initiative is probably going to take us some more time to put full numbers to it, but the 1,000 crore business that Ddecor is doing at retail, I think Fabricare is getting in year 2 to about 150 crores, about 15% of the Ddecor business. And we always want that Ddecor stays, and grows, and Fabricare adds. And we, as I would say, a group, get the benefit of both. And the consumer has the choice of both. And we hope that both will continue to grow at a good rate of around 20%. That's the number story that we're working towards. Is celebrities get disproportionate attention. It's a very simple thought that they do get disproportionate attention. Okay, the second thought is that home is actually an environment where a couple, a family, builds their ecosystem and expresses themselves and enjoys their moments. That's the second thought. And the third thought is, how could we, as a company that is wanting to communicate to the consumer, how could we wrap everything up in a manner that our communication is authentic? It's not something which is, just, I would say, smoke and perfume. I don't believe in smoke and perfume market, but I am not willing to take any celebrity. I would like to take someone who actually has a beautiful home, who is a believer in home. So, for example, Shah Rukh's house, Mannat, is always talked about, not because he's Shah Rukh Khan, because all the celebrities have homes. I'm not wanting to give any examples, but SRK's home is talked about. Okay, because he's actually a man who believes in making a beautiful home, and his wife is now moved on from when she signed up with Ddecor to becoming one of India's best interior designers. So that itself tells that it's a true story that we are telling. Now, and it's a strange coincidence for Fabricare. Ranbir and Alia today are also a couple who are building a beautiful home for themselves. We would like to be in their home and help them in that aspiration. It's the right way to make the communication, is what I think. Now, the success of Ddecor. So I'll just say that there are 4,000 people at Ddecor, and we need to entrust key initiatives to our teams. So I would not say that this guy or that guy is involved. Firstly, I'll say we're all involved. But at the same time, there's someone who is, I would say, managing to ensure that there's a focus on that initiative. So definitely, Arman worked for 3 years inside the company. Last year, in a conversation, he and I and Simon came up with a thought that he could take this initiative to a level that it becomes India's best premium home furnishing performance brand. And it sits next to Ddecor very comfortably, and offers the consumer and the use cases something more than just, it's a beautiful fabric, I'll buy it, I'll use it for 2 years. The whole offering from Fabricare is, it's a beautiful fabric. Please, watch TV, please eat your food over there, please play with your pet, Please make sure that you don't have to send your curtains for dry clean. Please don't worry about the color fading on your outdoor furniture. Please, make sure that you go with the beautiful set of fabrics being offered, but have a thought about, how it's going to withstand. Otherwise, later on, there is a lot of disappointment that can come from the consumer. So we're wanting the Indian consumers to get the best performing beautiful fabric that they would like to have, that they could possibly like. It's our job as an Indian company. We're doing this for the world. Why not do it for the Indian consumer? We worked on we got demand of or a request for outdoor fabrics from every customer of ours and brand in the world. And we were not doing outdoor products. The outdoor products require very special performance on light fastness and ability for you to wear a swimming costume and sit down, and there'll be no fungus because the fabric became wet. So we did outdoor fabrics first. Then we've done easy clean upholstery in the export world from the last 4 years. The next thing is the blackout curtains, which we are launching in India. You can have a beautiful fabric, and it's got chemistry which will block the light. So it's basically a 2-in-1 blackout. Second thing is it's soft. It's not stiff because someone puts chemistry on it and it feels like a piece of steel. And the next thing is it allows privacy in the home and energy efficiency, because you block light, you block heat, you reduce. It's a very sustainable initiative as well. The fourth thing, we're making sure all the curtains are also easy clean, and we are making sure that
Cleaned at home?
Yes,
Can be cleaned at home.
yes, and they can be basically washed in your washing machine at home.